Good morning and welcome to the Auckland Section of the 2020 New Zealand Olympic Weightlifting Secondary Schools Championships. We're here on the North Shore at Functional Strength Olympic for what will be an exciting day of lifting. 4 sessions, and as you can see on the screen, this first session encompasses 7 different body weights. So we're going from as light as 49 kilos all the way through up till the 81 kilo class for the females. So there's 4 sessions today, 2 sessions of female athletes, and I think it's 2.5 sessions actually of male athletes. That last session is a mixed session for the day. And we're just seeing now on screen the young women are lining up, getting ready to be presented for the start of their session. Bit of a nervous time for them out the back. Some of these girls will be at probably their first ever competition. A chance to represent their school, which is really cool. Now they come, and joining me this morning is New Zealand's 76 kilo class female lifter, Megan Signal. Morning, Megan.
Good morning, Simon. It's good to be here today.
Okay, good morning everybody, and welcome along to the first session of the Auckland portion of the New Zealand Secondary School Olympic Weightlifting Championships. We're stoked to finally be able to get this event underway. So our first session this morning, we've got a range of weight classes for our ladies. So please give them a hand as we welcome them to pick this up. Alrighty, so please welcome in the girls 55 kilo class from Kingsway School, Georgia Theron. Also in the 55 kilo class from Edinburgh College, Sophia Hassan. In the 59 kilo class from Eastern Girls Grammar School, Ella Bedco. In the 64 kilo class from Santa Maria College, Olivia McFarland. Moving on to the 71 kilo class from McLean's College, Leanne Woosted. From Eastern Girls Grammar School, Faith Deeds. And joining us from Hamilton Girls High School, Alana Cole. In the 76 kilo class, also from Edinburgh College, Isis Vivian Peter. From One Tree Hill College, Deontay Tudor. And from St Cuthbert's College, Eden Scholars. And finally, in the 81 kilo class, from Fraser High School, Grace Small. You guys can move your back, keep warming up. We've got 10 minutes until we start the competition. We're also just going to welcome referees and marshal for this session. You guys can come out onto
So we've just had the athletes presented. They now head back out the back. Now we've got our officials. So now we've got a 10-minute break, if you like, while the athletes head out the back to continue their warm-ups and get ready for their first lifts. Megan, maybe you can give us a bit of an insight here to what the girls might be going through and what they're thinking here.
Yeah, so for some of these girls it will be one of their first competitions. So for those girls, I imagine it's just about trying to get back into their training space and doing what they usually do. get up to their openers in a way that they would in training. For some of the more experienced girls, I imagine they'll be also just mentally prepping a little bit on how each of the lifts feel as they warm up to that opener that they do on the platform. But the warm-up area can be an exciting and a fun time as well, especially if you're surrounded by other girls that you know quite well.
Sure, and we've got the list up here in front of us of the girls competing today. Quite a wide range of young women going down into the 55 kilo class all the way through to the 81 kilo class. So quite a broad spectrum of body weights represented.
Yeah, it's good to see so many different girls of all body weights from so many different schools all coming together today.
So here we are back out the back. Well, in fact, this is a shot of the competition platform that they'll be making their way to shortly. Megan, when you've been fortunate enough to head overseas and lift in some big international competitions, what does this time look like for you when you're getting ready for a competition?
For me, this warm-up time is really just about sort of fine-tuning and building some body awareness through the lighter lifts, dialing in on how each one feels, making sure that I'm present within the warm-up area and that everything is flowing quite nicely. It can be quite distracting when you've got lots of other lifters around you, which is a challenge in itself. Sometimes, especially overseas, when you've got world champions and other exceptional lifters around you, you can get quite distracted. So a big part of this warm-up is really about playing your own game and focusing on every single warm-up lift as you build into that opener.
Now, you came to the sport a little bit later than some of these girls. How did your journey into the sport of weightlifting start?
So my journey into weightlifting was actually through CrossFit. It's a high-intensity functional fitness sport where the training is very varied, but part of that training is Olympic weightlifting. So that's how I learned how to do it, and then eventually I did my first competition here actually at the same venue and progressed from there. I can see from the names on the list today that a lot of these girls have also come in to weightlifting through their high schools, but also through CrossFit as well, which is a really cool thing to see.
Was weightlifting ever a sport that was available to you through your teenage years?
Definitely not. I don't think I actually knew what weightlifting was until well after high school, to be completely honest. I don't think the clean and jerk and snatch was used even as a tool for any of our other sports that were available in high school. So it's great to see at this age that it's being introduced into the curriculum.
And we've seen a tremendous growth, obviously, in female competitors across the sport, not just at youth level, but all the way through to masters. What do you think's been a major contributor to that over the last maybe 3 or 4 year period where we've seen this growth in female participation?
I think a big part of it would be CrossFit. It's just being viewed in a different light over the last few years. Just having so many females being involved with CrossFit, women being viewed as strong, beautiful women rather than so much as a manly sport, I guess. But it's definitely women lifting weights is being viewed as a totally different thing these days. So it's playing a big part in it.
And if we sort of unpack that a little bit, do we think that there's much more education around the benefits of strength training, and not just from a performance side of things, but from an overall health and well-being perspective?
Oh, 100%. There's so many health benefits from being able to just build a little bit of muscle mass and having some strength. In males, we've known this always, or we've been taught this always, and just more recently, I guess we're learning this. This is just as important for females as well, of all ages. Like you said, from secondary schools all the way up to masters athletes, building muscle mass, being a little bit stronger, building some body awareness is really important for your health and well-being.
Yeah, and you were fortunate enough to take a session with the some of the Black Ferns athletes a couple of months ago before we went into that second lockdown here in Auckland. Do you think, again, there's a wider understanding from perhaps some of these other sports of just how weightlifting can contribute to their overall training?
Absolutely. I think when I was lucky enough to be involved with that session with the Black Ferns, one thing that I think they really enjoyed was developing some body awareness and more technical movements and learning how they can improve movement for the longevity of their sport. So even though they don't have to lift weights out on the field, by doing this kind of thing in training, they are improving their movement, improving their mobility, and like we were saying, increasing their health and well-being outside of what they do on the field, which is going to give them a better performance.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's probably something that's potentially, when we only see the end result, which is the athletes coming out and performing that snatch and clean and jerk, just the amount of work that needs to go on, every day to make sure that your flexibility, your mobility, and as you say, your body awareness is where it needs to be able to execute those lifts.
Definitely. It's a huge, huge part of it.
So we're coming up to about 2.5 minutes now until we'll see the first athlete come out onto the platform. And as we look at the back, every athlete will be at a slightly different stage of their warm-up, whether it's just working an empty bar, like we can see here, or whether some of the weights are starting to be added. Athletes will enter the competition at a nominated weight. The bar will continue to increase until the final athlete comes out. And this is where the challenge for the coaches come, that it's keeping on top of the scoreboard, making sure the timings are right, that the girls aren't getting ahead of themselves. Or on the flip side of that, you aren't getting too behind the clock and it all becomes a little bit rushed. So it's quite a juggling act for the coach here, along with the athlete, to work together to ensure that when they walk out onto the platform, they are physically and mentally ready for that first lift. We've got quite a large spectrum of lifters here in terms of where they're at in their own journey. Some are raw beginners. Deontay, who's going to come out first, has only really recently picked up the sport from out of One Tree Hill College. Then all the way through to young Olivia, one of your training partners, who's been away to international competitions. What do you think we can expect to see here over the course of the next hour and a half or so?
Well, I think for a lot of these girls, this is just going to be a chance for them just to get a feel for the platform, and we'll see that in the sense of them just going out and having some fun, hopefully. For lifters like Olivia, who's still going out there and having fun, she'll be a little bit more dialed in. She'll have a little bit more of a consistent process in little things, just how she approaches the bar, what she does prior to the lift. So it'll be interesting to see the different levels of experience, but there'll be lots of learnings, I imagine, for every level across the competition today.
So here we go. About to see our first competitor come out, Deontay Torua from One Tree Hill College. Next to her, Aisaki Tuitapo, who out of the Papatoi Olympic Weightlifting Club and represents Tonga on the international platform.
Okay, first one to the competition, let's give her some support.
And a good opening from a clearly very nervous Deontay, but she's done exceptionally well there. That's her first ever lift in a competition. That was really good.
It was a great lift. She handled her nerves on the platform very, very well.
She did indeed. Now, she'll be following herself as the next athlete at this stage is slated to come in on 30 kilograms. So there'll be a 2-minute reset of the clock. And what's maybe a slight insight here, Megan? You've got 2 minutes, you're following yourself. What's sort of going through your mind when you're sitting there waiting for that next attempt?
I think just understanding when you're ready to go up for that next lift. It can be quite easy for you just to get up and want to do that lift straight away. But taking that full 2 minutes and then giving yourself a chance to take a few breaths, get over the adrenaline of that first lift, and then start dialing back in for that second lift, which is just as important. So this will be a new experience for a lot of the girls as well, is understanding that timing, which is exactly why it's so important to have someone with them. Like, I'm just looking at Saki thinking it's really beneficial for these girls to have experienced lifters or support people explaining the things like this, how much time you have between lifts, making sure you hold the bar overhead until the down buzzer, all these little things that actually play a big part in the lifts themselves.
Yeah, absolutely, and nothing replaces just the experience of being there in these moments. It doesn't matter how many internationals you've been to or how many domestic championships, club competitions. There's normally always one or two things that you can pick up.
Absolutely.
So there's just been a weight change. The coach there, so Aisaki's moved the bar now to 28 kilograms. And here comes Deontay for her second attempt. No, I think 2 red lights, unfortunately, there. If we just look at the replay, if we look at Deontay's left arm, just a wee bit of a press out there. So important to note that the weight in the snatch has to be one clean movement straight over the head, and those elbows have to lock out straight away. If there's any sort of softness or bending of the elbows, then the judges will pick that up, and there'll be a red light given. So certainly looked very much within Deontay's capabilities, the 28 kilos, but again, someone very new. She's still figuring things out as she goes.
You can see this weight is obviously a very comfortable weight for her, but sometimes just the nerves can play a part in forgetting all the finer details like that lockout and making sure that it lands nice and solid overhead. She looks like she's still smiling and having a good time, so I'm sure she'll bring it back for lift number 3.
Yeah, I'd imagine there's a million things going through her mind at the moment.
Absolutely.
And so that's the key thing. A smile on her face, get out there, enjoy it. And here we go.
Okay, stop the clock. We are going to 32 kilos. Is that right?
Oh, I think we're going to have a technical stop here.
Hold on a second.
Looking at Saki's face, I don't think he made any changes. the officials are just trying to work things out here. It could have been an IT glitch. Deontay still has one attempt remaining, which will be her third attempt on 28 kilograms. The computer's been reset. The bar's been cleaned and positioned. So here we go. Deontay for her third and final attempt in the snatch. And it was actually, there was a bit more power and determination in it, but it looked like it was just a little bit out in front, which is why she couldn't quite secure it overhead. But still, the key thing is she got her first attempt, so she's on the board. She can go away and relax for a little bit until the clean and jerk. So this will now bring out our second lifter for the competition, Ella Bepko. Ella from Epsom Girls Grammar. And a good strong opening attempt there from Ella.
And done with a smile.
Yeah, she'll be another one. She'll be really relieved to get that first one out and secured. So because it's a mixed session in terms of the amount of different bodyweight classes that are being represented here, we had Deontay was in the 76 kilo class, and now Ella is competing in the 59 kilo class. So we'll see a whole range of different athletes come out, but the determining factor is the weight that's on the bar, and that's what is bringing these girls out to the platform. So the next competitor at 33 kilograms will be Eden Stowers, and she's representing St Cuthbert's College in Epsom. And also from Eden, another strong opening attempt. She looked nice and comfortable under that weight there. So that weight flew up there from Eden. It was a nice high pull. A rare angle to see it from there, from above and behind there, but certainly a weight that looked nice and comfortable.
Very strong lift.
So we've just got another technical stop, and these are all the little bits and pieces again that, you know, when you're doing your training and you can get a bit of a flow on, all things just keep going, but you're in a competition and there's so many things out of your control. IT being one of them. So again, it's another thing that these young women have got to sort of get their heads around, that it's not just about lifting the weights, it's dealing with the space between being out on the platform.
Absolutely, staying in the zone when all these different things are happening around you is really key.
So really neat to see as well, the three of them sitting there, sort of making a little bit of small talk, just helping with that nervous energy. Just got the officials trying to work out at this stage why the computer hasn't acknowledged Eden's successful first attempt. And called the next lifter. So this is known as a technical stop, where the competition gets stopped whilst the officials either work out an IT issue. It could be at a senior international event. It could be that there is a jury discussion. We don't have a jury here today around a deliberation over a lift. There's a number of different reasons why a competition could get stopped. And as we previously discussed, it's something that you can't really prepare for in your training. It's something that you've just got to experience and work through as you find it.
It's definitely something we've seen at all competitions at all levels as well, haven't we? It's such a complex system, scoring system. It can happen even at the best of the best competitions.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I've probably ever been to a competition where it's all just run perfectly without any sort of hiccup. I think you've got to expect that there's going to be things that, for whatever reason, just go wrong. They're out of your control, and it's, again, the best athletes, certainly at these big competitions, are the ones that can, keep their emotions at a level and just sort of flow with whatever's put in front of them.
Certainly part of it.
So young Sophia, who should be the next athlete to come out. We can see her in shot. Bailey and Byrne there from CrossFit Propolis, two coaches. And Sophia with her coach Claire Nahi out of the Papatoetoe Club and Avondale College.
So girls, we are not going to be able to use the screen just for the next little while. We've got to shut it down and restart it. So it's going to be 50. Just keep your ears open. The bar is going to be loaded to 35 kilos, and the call is going to be with Sophia for her first attempt in the snatch. So Sophia will be the next lifter. Okay, so we're ready to get started. Ignore what it says on the screen.
Okay, so we're frantically trying to work out the computer system. In the meantime, we do have a backup scoreboard. So Sophia's out on the platform. First attempt.
And that was a good first lift for
Beautiful lift.
Yeah, she's done exceptionally well there, considering the break, all the uncertainty there to come out.
to Eden for her second attempt.
And a really well executed first attempt.
So 35 kilos for Eden Stowers, second attempt. Thank you, Lotus. The bar is loaded for Eden. You have 1 minute, 35 kilos. Stop. Hold on, you stop the clock.
Is it? Okay.
Sorry, the call is going to move to Ella, 35 kilos. Okay, Ella, you have 1 minute.
Okay. So everyone's just trying to work things out as they go along here. But here comes young Ella for a second attempt. Also with 35 kilos on the bar. Unfortunately, there no left. I think she probably just got inside her own head a wee bit there. I mean, this would be tough if this was you in a competition here, and we were trying to manage our way through, let alone some of these young girls dealing with all these stoppages.
It definitely would.
Well, there's no doubt that on reflection, they will be better for the experience. But here we go. We're seeing Eden for the second time. 35 kilos remains on the bar. And a good lift there for Eden. 2 white lights, and that's the important thing. There's 3 judges here. You just need a majority. If we watch the replay, those elbows nicely locked out. She took a bit of a walk forward, but she stayed nice and tight and secured the lift.
Looking very composed today on that platform, Eden is.
Yeah, I haven't seen Eden compete before, but it doesn't look like it's her first ever competition. So as you say, drawing on previous experience.
Okay, so we're staying at 35 kilos for Ella's third attempt. Bar is loaded, clock has started.
So the bar will stay at 35 kilograms. And Ella has one more attempt. After a strong first attempt. Maybe she just overthought her second one. But here she comes. Well, it was a much better effort. She gave it a real good go to get underneath, but not quite there today for Ella.
She did give it a very good go.
This is for Eden's third attempt.
So this will now see Eden come back out. We've had 2 kilos added to the bar, so 37 kilograms on the bar. So here is Eden, third and final attempt, 37 kilograms. Oh, a valiant effort.
Unlucky. That was a very, very good attempt. Just didn't quite have it locked in when she caught it.
Very hard, when the bar starts drifting like that to fight back. she couldn't quite stabilise it in the bottom position there. But
It really is, and it's hard to see from the angle of the front, but quite often the bar is just ever so slightly moving backwards.
The bar is loaded, and we are starting the clock.
so we've got 38 kilos now, and this will see a new lifter, Georgia Theron, coming out to the platform from Kingsway School. And a good, strong opening attempt there from Georgia, a power snatch where she didn't need to go all the way into the bottom. She was strong enough just to pull that bar straight over her head. You can see there an excellent position, arms locked out, nice and strong.
A reminder for the boys in session 2 that weighing has started. Okay, the bar is loaded at 38 kilos. You have 1 minute.
So another new lifter comes out to the platform, Meandy Westhuizen from Maclean's College, her first attempt. And another strong opener.
Incredibly strong opener. She had full control of that bar. Very happy with that lift by the looks.
So we've got Alana asking for 38, and then we also have Sophia asking for 38 for her.
Yeah, the smile says it all. She knew she had it at that point. And again, I think a mixture of elation but also relief.
Definitely relief.
Now we have Alana McGale, who's come up from Hamilton Girls High. Oh, that's a very good lift. Technically very good there from Alana.
Okay, one more time at 38, please notice. One more time at 38. This is going to be for Sophia's second attempt.
Yeah, really nice lift there.
Okay, bar is loaded. 1 minute for Sophia.
So now we've got Sophia coming out for her second attempt on 38 kilograms. Yeah, that was an excellent lift. She really had some courage and threw herself underneath it, but stayed nice and tight.
This is the automatic increment for Sophia. No, and so it'll be Alana first. 39 kilos, although we don't expect this to change.
For a lot of these girls, I imagine these will be comfortable training lifts that they probably hit quite frequently within training, but it makes it quite different having to do it on the platform in front of 3 referees. So interesting to see how these girls take the platform.
Hold on, stop. Sorry, we're just going to have a technical stop while we sweep the platform.
Yeah, that's right. It's all very well doing in the comfort of your own gym, in surroundings that are familiar, but it's not a very forgiving place, the 4x4 metre platform.
So at the moment I've still got Alana on 39. I just want to clarify that that is the right call. Oh. Because that's not Alana.
So we can see the bars move to 39 kilograms. Georgia is waiting in the wings.
39 on the bar. And the clock is running for Alana, second attempt.
But the call is on Alana McGale.
Okay, stop the clock. We're going to 40 kilos, please. So the call is going to move to Georgia for her second attempt, and Georgia is ready to go.
But we've had a change, so coaches have made decisions to move their athletes up. The bar's now on 40. It looks very much like Georgia will be the athlete to come out.
To 40 kilos. Clock is now running for Georgia, second attempt.
And here she is. And another good solid attempt from Georgia, not needing to go all the way into the bottom of the squat.
This is going to be for
Great second lift. Very patient, making sure that she had it fully under control before standing it up.
Yeah, it's something that you quite often see, especially when the adrenaline's flying with, and relatively new, but sometimes with more senior athletes as well. You're in such your own little world that sometimes you forget for that down signal and maybe just get a little bit ahead of yourself. So she's done well. So we'll see Sophia come out now for her third and final attempt on 40 kilograms. Not quite there on her third attempt. I think when we see the replay, we'll see that she just didn't quite get the full extension, quite finish the pull, which didn't give her the opportunity to get underneath. We'll just see here. Oh, that's just the end of it.
It's very quick to get under the bar. Just needed a little bit more height on the bar to catch that in a good position.
Okay, thank you, notice. Bar is loaded to 41 kilos. Ball is on the under. Second attempt. Clock has started.
So another kilogram's been added to the barbell. This will bring back Miandi.
And a very strong second attempt.
Who's looking very solid.
Very good on
It's another very confident lift. Great start from Yandy.
Yeah, in contrast to Sophia on that previous lift. Nice high extension, gave herself plenty of time to get underneath the rising barbell.
Call to Alana for her second attempt. Alana currently successful on 38. Taking a nice healthy jump. Alrighty, we are good to go. 43 kilos, Alana, second attempt.
So now it's Alana, 43 kilograms on the bar. She looked very strong in her opening attempt. And once again, a little bit on her toes, but made sure of it. And a good second attempt from Alana.
Oh no, sorry, 43 remains on the bar. This is for George's.
You see there, just had to go up onto her toes, but had enough control.
Georgia competing in the 55 kilo class, only under 15 in this class at this event. Thank you, notice. Bar is loaded to 43 kilos. Georgia, you have 1 minute.
So Georgia out for her third and final attempt. She's had 2 very impressive lifts so far. This for 3 out of 3 in the snatches. And our first athlete to hit all 3 of their snatches.
And demonstrating some incredible technique in each of her lifts today.
She's looked very strong.
And we still have 4 lifters that we haven't seen yet.
So now the bars move to 45 kilograms.
So the bar is loaded to 45. The call is with Miandi, third attempt.
And Miandi Westhuizen will be the lifter to come out. Also successful in her first 2 attempts. Not quite there on the third one. What did you see with that one, Megan?
Very good attempt, just didn't quite get the height on the bar that she needed, and it just looked like it was just slightly out in front when she dropped into the bottom.
This is for Alana's third attempt.
We'll see here. Just there, yeah. Just a little bit out in front. And it's very hard if it's just a wee bit in front of you to get the control you need.
Very tough to control that.
So the bar moves to 46 kilograms.
Thank you, loaders. We are loaded at 46 kilos. Clock has started for Alana, third attempt.
This is see Alana McGale come out for her third and final attempt. 2 very strong attempts so far. So Alana looking to make it 3 from 3.
She's pretty fast into that bar.
And she has done just that.
Some great control in the bottom there to stabilise that bar.
51.
3 great lifts.
51. So we're bringing out the
Yeah, she didn't panic, she just sat on the bottom, a little bit in front, but she showed enough composure just to walk a couple of steps, stay tight, and complete a really good snatch section for Alana.
51 kilos is going to be the first attempt for Isis.
So there's now a change of weight plates. The 15 kilo discs have been added to the 15 kilo woman's bar with the 2.5 kilo collars.
Thank you, loaders.
And in fact some little 0.5, so we've got 51 kilos on the bar, and this will be for Isis, Avondale College. And a very good first attempt from Isis to be a Peter there.
The next lifter is asking for 55, so it is quite likely that Isis will be taking consecutive lifts, but that remains to be seen. We're going to set the clock for 2 minutes. Cool, thank you, loaders. The bar is loaded at 52 kilos. The clock has started with 2 minutes for Isis' second attempt. And we'll wait to see what she chooses to go for. Stop the clock. She's gone to 53 on the loaders. Cool, thank you, loaders. The clock resumes for Isis.
So Isis moving up to 53. There's still 3 competitors waiting to make their first attempts. So they would have watched all that disruption from out the back. Coaches will be working out, do they have to redo weights, get that timing right.
Yeah, being prepared to change your warm-up and just trust the coach and just do the lifts that you need to do.
What we can see currently on the scoreboard is
It's a big part of the weight.
Yeah, it's It's quite a unique piece of the sport of weightlifting where on game day, on competition day, the coach has quite a bit of direct involvement. So the need for coach and athlete to work very much together to try and get the desired outcome.
I've always said personally, I found it a lot easier being the athlete than being the coach.
Clock has resumed 54 kilos.
So here's Isis coming out for her second attempt, 54 kilograms. Oh, and another excellent attempt.
Very strong with that weight overhead.
Decision there for Isis. 55, please, riders. 55. Let's move the call to Faith, who has been patiently waiting to take her first attempt.
You'll see here Isis on the replay.
Today competing in the 71 kilo.
Nice strong pull and a tight catch. Very comfortable. That'll just help build her confidence. 2 good solid lifts. She'll walk off feeling a little bit better about things. And now we've got Faith Dent with her first attempt on 55 kilograms. A very strong opener there from Faith.
Very strong lift. Faith is a little bit more experienced in weightlifting. She's done quite a few competitions, even though being so young. And you can definitely see that in how she approaches the platform and how she executes her lift.
Yeah, she was nice and confident there, and it showed with the way she executed that first attempt.
A 2-minute clock getting underway for Faith. Let's stop the clock. We are going to 57, please, riders.
So it looks like
57.
Faith will go and have a bit of a sit down. Isis will have her third attempt. The loaders have put 57 kilos on the bar. And here she comes. Third and final attempt for Isis to be at Peter, Avondale College. Oh. Very good. 3 out of 3 from Isis. I think you can see the smile on Claire's face there. Everyone's very happy.
Some great work from Isis, and if you didn't, you wouldn't know that she's so new to the platform either.
Only her second competition, her first being last Saturday.
She's shown some really, really great composure today.
So, with that, the bar has been adjusted once more. The 20 kilo discs have come out and 60 kilograms has been loaded. And this will bring out Grace Small. Grace from Fraser High School with her first attempt. Grace competing in the 76 kilo class. There's strong opener from Grace.
Great lift from Grace. Grace is another one who's been lifting from a young age and a little bit more experienced on the platform. Someone who's also found weightlifting through CrossFit and in her final year of high school. So it'll be exciting to see where Grace goes from here. She moves into seniors and carries on.
That was, again, that's the thing we're seeing over the last, or just break there for Faith. Her second attempt, 60 kilograms. And again, another very strong attempt. I was just going to say there, Megan, that's another thing that I've noticed over the last sort of 3, 4, 5 years as we've seen more and more, especially the young women, but also the young men coming into our sport, just the impressive techniques. I think back not that long ago when you wouldn't see youth athletes being able to perform these lifts with such high competency.
Absolutely.
All right, a little bit of chopping and changing. It's going to be Grace. We can see her there, getting ready. 62 kilograms on the bar. Well, she's worked hard there. She's worked hard, but she's done it. I'm pretty sure she'll get 3 white lights.
Great control shown there by Grace.
Yeah, showed real patience there, eh? Look, we'll see in the bottom position.
Some real panic can set in if the bar's not quite where you want it to be when you get into that bottom position. So showing that patience is a very cool thing to see.
So we might be seeing Faith, and then we might eventually get to Olivia on 65.
So the bar moves to 63.
Thank you, Lotus. We've got a 2-minute clock for Grace on 63 at the moment.
See young Olivia, the trademark smile on the face.
Stop the clock. Okay, we are going to 64. The call is going to move to Faith for her third attempt.
So the call comes through. 64 now goes on the bar. And Faith Dent from Epsom Girls will come out for her third and final attempt.
Unlucky. It's very, very close to being exactly where she needed it to be.
It just goes to show the small margins, not too dissimilar to what we saw with Grace the lift before, but this time Faith couldn't quite secure the lift.
She is opening 65 kilos.
So, here's Olivia McFarlane, Sancta Maria College, coming out for her first attempt. And a good strong opener from Olivia.
Great lift.
We're going to 66, please, loaders. This will at the moment be for Olivia's automatic increase, but Grace has also asked.
See here. Again, Olivia, another one of these young women that's found her way to weightlifting through CrossFit. In fact, I think as young as 9 when she first started going to some CrossFit classes with Mum.
So the call is with Grace.
But now the bar moves to 66 kilos, and Grace looking to make it 3 from 3. quite. Certainly a good effort.
Very good effort.
I think having nearly missed the second attempt in front, she really put everything she had into this and maybe just opened up a little bit too early, which saw the momentum of the bar push her out the back. So, just Olivia now to finish. She's got 2 more attempts. The bar's moving to 70 kilograms, which I believe would be a under 17 64 kilo class record if successful.
Another great lift from Livy.
Yeah, that was a good lift. Just rocked onto her heels a wee bit, but again, plenty of composure. We'll just see the replay here. Just on her heel, but well in control. And that's a new under 17 64 kilo class record.
Olivia again showing that experience on the platform and her process, just confidence in her process. Every setup for the lift exactly the same. Enjoying the moment.
Yeah, for such a young woman, she's got an incredible mindset in the sense that she can just really get out there and enjoy herself. The smile is a really good sign that things are going well, that she's having fun. There's no fear of consequence or anything like that. It's just go out there and do your thing.
We believe this might be a record attempt for the last one. Yeah, last one. Okay.
So 72 kilos now on the bar. This is new territory for Olivia. Hasn't lifted these weights in competition before.
Record attempt for Olivia.
Well, added another 2 kilos to the record. It was actually a better lift, I think, than the 70s. So an excellent set of snatching from Olivia.
Smiles all round from that team.
It was previously 68, so she's snatched twice, at 70 and at 72. Congratulations, Olivia.
Very good. Well, an excellent session. All the girls registering
15 minutes.
at least one lift. And we'll be back soon for the clean and jerk component of this opening session from the 2020 New Zealand Olympic Weightlifting Secondary Schools Championships and the Auckland region. Okay, welcome back to the 2020 New Zealand Olympic Weightlifting Secondary Schools competition. This is the Auckland Section. Due to, I guess, the disruption of COVID that we've all faced over the last 6 to 8 months, Olympic Weightlifting New Zealand had to shift from a standalone competition that was due to be held down in Dunedin, and it got split up into 4 regional events. So here we are, Functional Strength Olympic on the North Shore of Auckland, rejoining the first session, where we're just seeing a recap of the last lift, which was young Olivia McFarlane with a superb 72 kilograms. Big smile there from Livy, and an increase on a record she set on her previous lift for the 64 kilo class in the under 17s.
Just speaking to Olivia, she wasn't aware until just now that she'd even really broken the record, so it just goes to show how in the moment she was in those lifts.
Yeah, well, from your own experience, is that something that, is a records, are you thinking about them in the moment? Is it something that you retrospectively look at? Where's your mindset around those?
I'd say as I'm going to attempt record attempts, I am aware that I am about to, but it doesn't affect how the lift goes or how I approach the lift.
We're just getting some technical advice come through from event organiser Gabrielle Peach here. So we're trying to best handle the wonders of technology. As we all know, when it works, it's fantastic, but when it goes awry, it causes a need to scramble.
Particularly challenging session for the coaches. They handled it very, very well.
Yeah, both coaches and officials. It actually wasn't that long ago that we didn't have computer software that ran the scoreboards. Everything was done manually.
Right.
But we have a generation of officials that didn't enter the sport of weightlifting prior to technology. So running the manual system is becoming somewhat of a lost art, actually. It's Jenny Ebert, one of our most experienced technical officials who's been to many international events around the world, frantically marshalling out the back there.
It's a very valuable person to have on the team today.
Oh, I don't think we can overstate that enough. The excellent work that so many people do as volunteers just to allow these competitions to happen.
Absolutely.
So here we go. Deonte Torua, in her first ever competition, is coming out for her first clean and jerk.
"30 seconds.
And that was a confident opener from Deonte, which means combined with her first successful snatch, she's recorded a total.
Just seeing the clean and jerks for some of these girls who are in their first competition, a little bit of the nerves have settled, having been out on the platform for 3 lifts already.
Yeah, as you say, a little bit more familiar with the process of walking out, chalking up, the lighting, the crowd, not quite so intimidating that second time round.
So as you can see, as lifters complete a successful clean jerk, total pops up for them.
So 27 kilos has been added. And you can see
30 seconds.
Aisaki there with a few coaching cues and tips.
Of course, we don't know what other athletes from around our country have done, so that might not be her result overall, but that's what she sits within this event currently.
So here comes Deontay, putting some chalk on her hands, making sure she can get a nice strong grip on the bar.
That was a great second attempt.
Yeah, another really good. You could just see so much more relaxed.
I'd say that one was a bit sharper than her first, maybe it's a little bit nervous.
Big smile on the face.
At the moment, it's getting that impact.
What we'll be able to see throughout this clean and jerk session also is we talked a lot about the technical elements of the lifts and the composure and process. We're about to be looking at some incredible strength that these girls have and being able to actually get larger amounts of weight overhead than they did in Snatch.
Yeah, it's a good point. The differences between the two. So the snatch, one movement straight from the floor overhead. And the second lift is the clean and the jerk. So the clean portion from the floor to the shoulders. And then the jerk from the shoulders to overhead. And we'll probably see a couple of different ways of executing that jerk. We're already seeing Deontay employ a power jerk where the feet stay in the same place. But I'm sure we'll see the majority of lifters employ a split jerk where one foot slides forward, the other goes back as they secure the weight over their head.
Kilos, clock has started.
So the bars move to 29 kilos for Deontay's third attempt. Jenny looking very animated out the back, explaining to both the coaches just what's been going on. Right, here we go.
30
Deontay,
seconds.
third and final attempt. She's been successful with the first two.
Unfortunately, no lift here for Deontay on her third attempt.
Well,
Pressed out.
Yeah, plenty of strength, just a technique issue there. And for someone who's only really been lifting for the last 5 or 6 weeks, a real newbie to the sport, she's had an excellent first experience. 3 out of 6. You can just see those arms didn't quite lock out immediately. But Deontay will certainly be better for that experience.
So the call is going to be listed there for her first attempt. We've got a few lifters in the 40 kilo range. So we should
Little
see-
smile at the camera, directly at the camera there. Sophia, having a good time. So good to see.
Okay. Thank you, Aldous.
So Sophia with her first attempt at 40 kilos. So there we see that different style of jerk. That time the split jerk, the most common way of doing the jerk exercise, resulting in a successful first attempt for Sophia. Nice strong power clean, not needing to go all the way down. And there we see the right foot slide forward, the left foot slide back, and then bringing the feet back together to show that she's in control of the lift, and the referees can give the down signal. So Sophia looks like she'll be following herself. We can see there the change table. That's where the coaches mark those pieces of paper, those change attempt cards, and make the decision as to what the next attempt will be.
43 moves the call. That's going to move it to Ella for her first attempt. Ella competing in the 59 kilo class.
So with the move to 43, that changes the call now to Ella. So here comes Ella, her first attempt. The sole competitor in the 59 kilogram class.
Thirty seconds.
Yeah, an excellent opening attempt there from Ella.
Very happy with that attempt.
Yeah, big high five with coach there, Bailey Lovett. So 43 remains on that bar. And this will be the second attempt now for Sophia. Sophia competing in the 55 kilo class.
Thank you, Lotus. 1 minute on the clock for Sophia. First attempt.
Some good fight there from Sophia. She secured 3 white lights.
We're going to go 44, please, the automatic increment. We don't fix your take more though, so Eden, please prepare. You may be the next one.
So we'll just see, again, it was another very strong power clean. No problem getting the weight to her shoulders.
So we've got a 2-minute clock for consecutive lifts at the moment for Sophia.
And then just, the feet were quite close together there in terms of alignment, which meant she just lost a little bit of balance, but did well to keep the elbows nice and straight. So the bar increases by the automatic increment, which is 1 kilogram. I'm sure
30 seconds.
Coach Claire Nahi will increase the weight.
Stop the clock. We are going to 45 kilos, please, Lotus. This does change the call.
There is the change.
Eden Stowers for her first attempt.
And the change brings a new lifter, Eden Stowers, in the 76 kilo class.
Lotus, Barroso to 45. Eden, you have 1 minute.
Eden's third competition. She's just said to me in the break that her clean and jerks are her favourite of the two lifts. Showing huge amounts of confidence in that lift.
Yeah, she certainly walked out knowing that she was going to put that over her head, no problem at all. Nice strong clean. And a good strong overhead movement. So the bar remains on 45, and it brings Sophia back out for her third and final attempt in the clean and jerk. That was a really good lift, much better jerk this time, and that gives her 3 out of 3 in the clean and jerk.
To put things into perspective, Sophia's only weighed in just over 50 kilos and she's lifting almost body weight overhead, which is very impressive.
Yeah, for a combined total of 83 kilos, 5 out of 6 lifts, she can go away really, really happy with her performance. So with that, the bar moves to 46. And Ella Betko will come back out. Her second attempt.
"30 seconds.
Lift.
Yeah, majority decision was what you need, just 2 white lights. She saw the benefit of the split jerk there where maybe the bar wasn't quite centered, but because of the nice long split that Ella performed, she was able to adjust her position and secure the weight. We'll just see here, a little bit forward, but she just stays calm, bends into it, and regathers.
Ella has gone to 49, so the bar is 48, please. 48 on the bar. The call is going to go to Eden for her second attempt. We've got a few of these lifters hover around 50 mark. Ella on 49, hit loaders. 1 minute clock for Eden now at 48 kilos.
So there's
And then we see some of the 71 kilo lifters at
3 or a small grouping of lifters that are taking 45, 48. That's why we're seeing the chopping and changing. But Eden will come back out now with 48 kilos on the bar, her second attempt.
"30 seconds.
Eden once again showing that strength overhead.
49 will be for Ella's third attempt.
It's in a really good position of the clean there. And then it's a good powerful drive under the bar to secure that lockout. You can just see the confidence, as you said. She enjoys the clean and jerk.
Yeah, definitely shows.
So the call goes back onto Ella now. 49 kilos. This will be for her third and final attempt.
Thirty seconds.
Well, it was a brave attempt from her. It was a really good clean. And you could just see on her face she was having to work really hard just to compose herself. But she gave it all she got. I think we'll just see on the replay her right arm or right elbow.
She's brought some really good energy to the platform today, Ella. Should be very happy with her competition.
Yeah, and came back strongly. She only made her first snatch, but got her first 2 clean and jerks, and as you say, can go away pleased with today's efforts. So, 50 kilos on the bar brings a new lifter, Morandi, McLean's College.
This clock has started at the first attempt 50 kilos.
Morandi competing in the 71 kilo class.
Easy first attempt for Nyandi.
Good lift there for Nyandi in the first attempt. We're staying at 50 kilos. The call is going to go to Alana.
Yeah, we've seen that now with all 5 of the athletes that have made it out onto the platform. They've all had really confident openers. And as we said earlier, I'd say in large part to the fact that their nerves have settled a little bit and they can actually just get out there and enjoy doing what they're doing.
Is loaded and the clock has started for Alana.
So 50 kilos remains for Alana's first attempt. So once again, good strong opener. See here. Some nice power clean. Strong pull. And then a good confident, really good jerk. Nice long split. Great way to start. So there's a number of lifters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in fact, all looking to come in between the 50 and 55 kilo mark. The first one will be Eden, 51 kilos for her third attempt.
Thirty seconds.
Good girl.
Great finish there.
Oh.
Eden's.
Unfortunately, the officials saw something that they didn't quite like. Let's see if we can pick it up in the replay here. She worked hard to get out of that clean. And we'll have a look here where the technical breach came. Oh.
Slight wobble in the right elbow.
I think that's what it was, yeah. They were unanimous, so they all saw the same thing. But a good day for Eden. She's 4 out of 6. Now Georgia. Can she pick up where she left off from her snatches? 52 kilos on the bar.
Successful lift for Georgia.
Yeah, she's done really, really well. Showed the same composure there in the clean and jerks as she demonstrated in the snatch part of the competition. Good, strong position. Nice lockout.
Really good patience.
So Alana now back out. Her second attempt, 53 kilograms. And another good lift from Alana, majority decision. She's looked very strong in her clean and jerks.
54 is for Georgia's second attempt.
So that will now throw the call back to Georgia.
54 kilos is going to sweep the platform.
Just slightly different to a usual competition. There's a little bit more cleaning between lifts, obviously because of the COVID restrictions and a need to ensure that the bar is hygienic every time a new lifter takes to the platform. George is coming straight back out, not wasting any time. 54 kilos.
Seconds.
Currently 5 from 6. One lift left to go for Georgia.
Yeah, both athlete and coach really happy, and so they should be. It's been excellent from Georgia so far. So the bar now moves to 55 kilograms. And this will bring young Isis Tabia Peter out to the platform. Isis representing Avondale College.
And she gets it.
Very solid first attempt for Isis on her clean and jerk.
Yeah, she's looked really good as well today. That's 4 consecutive good lifts. Really nice clean.
And again, only second competition.
Yeah, second competition, 14 years of age. Really showing some great composure. So here's Morandi out for her second attempt, 55 kilograms. No problem at all.
56 on the bar for his now loaders. 56 is going to take the call to Alana for her third attempt. And hopefully she's made the first lift of the first 6 from 6 today. Just so we note, we are going to be late, starting session 2. Thank you, loaders. The clock is now running for Alana. So we're due to start at 11. That's obviously not going to happen.
So
but we will get
Alana will now come out.
as soon
for her third and final attempt. This for a perfect day at the office.
30 seconds.
And she gets it by majority. 6 from
And
6.
2 white lights, majority decision, but that's 6 out of 6. So a fantastic day for Alana.
Excellent competition for Alana and showing huge amounts of power and speed in all of her lifts today.
Yeah, really moved well. And that final lift secured a 102 kilo total.
57 on the bar. Let's go, Georgia.
Yeah, only unfortunately got the 2 red lights there, Georgia, on her last lift, but she's had another excellent day, 5 out of 6.
She really has, and I think she might be someone that we see on the platform quite a few more times going forward.
Yeah, showed tremendous composure. Only 14 years of age as well, so 59 now for Isis.
Another great lift from Isis.
Yeah, showed good composure as well. No, it's easy to forget just how young some of these girls are. 14 years of age and lifting with such composure and performing these lifts so well.
Thank you, Lotus. Pop is now running for Miandi's third and final attempt, 59.
So Morandi coming out for her third and final attempt, 59 kilograms. And another 2-1 decision in Morandi's favour.
Great fight to finish the competition for Miandi.
And another 5 out of 6 effort there. So we'll see that good solid jerk from Morandi. And the big smile says it all.
Imagine for a lot of these girls, this competition will be about getting some exposure to weightlifting, gaining some experience, and having a really good competition, which is why we see so many made lifts and so little red lights, which is very, very cool.
Yeah, I think that's what it's all about here. It's having that quality experience. So they go home and they're at the dinner table tonight talking to the family about what a cool day it was.
Absolutely.
So Isis for her third and final attempt, 63 kilos. Oh, good girl. I think we'll see 3 light. Ooh. We won't see 3 light, but we'll see 2.
That's all we need.
And a really good 6 from 6 effort.
Fantastic competition for Isis.
Really good clean, really set this up. And she really showed some determination here to punch that bar.
It's one thing I'm very impressed impressed with these girls is their courage and determination that they're showing today, which is something I definitely didn't have at this age.
So just 3 young women left in the competition. The first one of those is Faith Dent. Bar loaded to 70 kilograms. This will be for Faith's first attempt. And another strong opener. This is a really good opener. Like training weights here. Strong power clean. Good setup. In a good, strong overhead position.
Showing some real technical work here from Faith. All 3 of these final lifters have come into the sport through their parents, either being involved with CrossFit and weightlifting, which is, I think, something we'll see throughout all of the secondary school girls, is that generation of joining a sport through the families joining it, which is great for a number of reasons.
Yeah, it's really cool.
30 seconds.
Intergenerational play. Yeah, it's a space. You know, unlike a lot of sports, you know, mum and daughter, dad and son can actually compete alongside each other.
Really important as well with the family all being on board with them learning about health and well-being and new sports, trying new things.
Yeah, I think we sort of mentioned that a wee bit. There's so much more education and information around the benefits of lifting weights. You know, for so long the narrative was that it would stunt your growth, or all these negative bits of information that just weren't accurate. But here's Faith, second attempt, 74 kilos.
Another fantastic technical lift from Faith. Fought a little bit to get out of that clean, but composed herself really well in the jerk.
So that's it. This time forced to go into the full clean, right into the bottom, but showed good strength and determination to work through that. And then this jerk is a real weapon. Always great from a confidence perspective if you know that when you stand it up, you're going to put it over your head.
Absolutely.
So Faith will follow herself, so there'll be 2 minutes on the clock. The 2 athletes remaining, Olivia McFarlane and Grace Small, who both have 80 kilos as their
30 seconds.
Attempts. Coach Tella Hamad there, giving some last minute instructions.
Sometimes just a few cues from the coach in this space is really helpful. Just directs your focus into 1 or 2 things, stops you from overthinking everything.
Doesn't look like Livy's overthinking things. So just over 30 seconds.
Alright, here she comes. Final attempt, 7 sets.
for Faith to complete
30
her
seconds.
third and final attempt. 76 kilos. Strong clean. And there's that jerk. A little bit wobbly this time, but enough for 2 white lights. 3 successful clean and jerks.
She'll be very happy with that finish.
Yeah, that was a really good performance from Faith.
17 years old. 80 kilos on the bar. Puts the call to Olivia for the first time in this part of the session. All right.
So,
80 kilos on the bar.
80 kilos now for young Olivia. Cheeky little power clean there on the opening attempt.
This is going to bring our final lift of the session to the platform for the first time. And that is Grace. So while Olivia and Grace both asked for the same opening weight, Olivia had the highest starting number, so she was pulled out first.
So
Sweet.
that secures Olivia a total. She'll be looking to add a little bit
So
more
Grace,
there.
how many athletes today competing in the women's 81 kilo class?
And now Grace, who I think I might have said was competing in the 76s. I got that wrong. She's actually competing in the 81 kilo bodyweight class, the only lifter from the Auckland region to be competing in that class. Grace was successful with 2 of her opening snatches.
Thirty seconds.
Very strong lift from Grace.
It was. She had to work in that clean, but she really finished with a powerful jerk.
First of all, this is for Grace's automatic increase. Olivia has already declared 85 as her second. So we'll see what Grace wants to take.
We're seeing some numbers on the bar now that
We've got a 2-minute clock.
a lot of senior lifters
So she's taking consecutive lifts.
are striving to hit
The clock has now started for Grace.
with lots and lots of practice and lots of building of strength, and these girls are throwing them above their heads like it's barely anything.
83, stop the clock. 83, so the call is
Yeah, I mean,
with Grace.
Grace is now clean and jerking
So Grace
over
is
her
on
body weight.
142
And
kilo total at this
I guess for some
stage.
context for those watching, Olivia
10 years old is already sitting on a 100.
has just clean and jerked 20 kilograms over her body weight. So it's exceedingly impressive from these young women.
30 seconds.
So it looks like Grace is going to possibly take this one.
So with Olivia moving to 85, Grace will follow herself. Second attempt, 83 kilos on the bar. Just over a minute on the clock.
Alrighty, let's go, Grace.
Yeah, really good. That jerk again, really strong. She stands it up and bang, puts it away.
Although we do expect this to change, and we do expect Olivia to be the next lifter.
Fighting hard for those cleans so she gets an opportunity to show her strength in that jerk.
Make sure you've cleaned and put away your gear so that we can get the boys started as quickly as possible
Locked it in straight away.
and keep this show moving.
And that's something, you know, with the sport of weightlifting, it's
Alrighty, 10 minutes
very
on the
much an
clock.
engine-based sport, and you've got to
4 kilos.
It's another way of building that engine, but over time. So developing that leg strength,
85
overhead strength.
The call is going to go back to
It's
Olivia
just time on task, really.
for her second attempt. So the under 15 record in this lift, we're on to it this time, is 88 at this stage. So if Olivia nails this one, then she's set up to take another record today. Let's go.
So here we go with Olivia's second attempt, 85 kilograms.
Smiles from Olivia.
Yeah, she did well there. The belt came undone midway through the clean, which could have proved to be a distraction, but she kept her focus.
And final.
Just see there, it's flapping around.
Olivia is currently sitting 2 kilos off
Looked
the
very strong coming out of that squat.
and I believe 1 kilo off the total record. So,
A nice snappy jerk to finish.
oh no, connect.
Yeah.
She's already beaten it. That was a total record.
So we've just been informed that's a total record. I think it probably under 15, under 17 level.
Okay, 86 kilos on the bar. Grace, final attempt.
Really good lifting from these last two competitors. Grace is coming out for 86.
Right on the clean. Grace did really well there. The refereeing system didn't go off, which meant she was standing there with 86 kilos over her head for what would have seemed like an absolute eternity. Waiting for that down signal.
But she kept her composure. Really strong overhead, Grace. So here we go, last lift of the session. Some big weight here, 89 kilos. For Olivia's third and final attempt.
To finish Olivia's competition today.
She really did show some real grit and determination there. That really tested her.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. Next session is going to start.
So we'll just see here. Time stood still a little bit there, but she fought through a sticking point. And then the jerk, which we know is strong, just took her for a bit of a walk, but she kept the arms locked out, the smile, and that's a colossal total. I think it's 161. A whole bunch of records, snatch, clean and jerk and total. Well, it was a really cool session, I think. Considering the disruption, all 11 girls did fantastically well and can all go away really pleased with how they performed.
They really did.
In just a moment. Nobody leave, nobody leave.
There we see David Leety in the background. New Zealand super heavyweight lifter, Commonwealth Games champion in 2018.
It was a great session to watch, and as you can see, very few reds on the final scoreboard there.
Yeah, it's always a good sign when you see more green on the scoreboard than the red. And so we'll be concluding now this session. We'll be back soon for the first session of men's for this Auckland section of the 2020 New Zealand Secondary Schools Championships.